When we think of grand maritime disasters, our minds immediately go to the Titanic. We know the story of the iceberg, the music playing until the end, and the tragic loss of over 1,500 lives. But history books usually completely skip over a much bigger, more terrifying mystery that happened just 4 years later. The Titanic had an identical twin brother, a ship that was built to be bigger, stronger, and completely unsinkable after the lessons learned from the Titanic disaster. Her name was the Britannic. She was the crown jewel of the White Star Line, fitted with advanced double hulls and massive crane-like davits that could launch lifeboats even if the ship was heavily tilting. But she never got to carry a single luxury passenger. With the outbreak of World War I, the British military requisitioned the massive ocean liner and transformed her into a floating hospital. Painted completely white with giant red crosses painted on her sides, the HMHS Britannic sailed into the Mediterranean to rescue wounded soldiers. On the quiet morning of November 21, 1916, near the Greek island of Kea, the massive ship was cruising through calm waters. The crew was preparing breakfast, and the wounded soldiers were resting. Then, at exactly 8:12 a.m., a catastrophic explosion rocked the entire vessel. The impact was so violent that it felt like the ship had crashed directly into a mountain. Water began rushing into the bow at an impossible speed. The captain immediately ordered the watertight doors to be closed, but the mechanical system failed. Even worse, the nurses had opened the portholes on the lower decks to ventilate the wards, creating hundreds of open holes for the sea to pour into. The Britannic was sinking, and she was sinking fast. But what makes this story truly terrifying is the absolute speed of the disaster. The Titanic, with all its design flaws, stayed afloat for nearly 2 hours and 40 minutes. The Britannic, engineered to survive the exact same fate, was completely gone in just 55 minutes. As the giant bow dipped beneath the waves, the ship's massive bronze propellers lifted out of the water, still spinning at maximum speed. Panic erupted on the upper decks. In a desperate bid to save the ship, the captain attempted to beach the vessel on the nearby island, keeping the engines running. This created a literal underwater death trap. 2 lifeboats were launched without authorization from the officers. The spinning propellers acted like giant blenders, pulling the helpless lifeboats into the steel blades. Dozens of people were instantly crushed and destroyed by the very ship that was supposed to save them. When the dust settled, only 30 people had lost their lives, a miracle compared to the Titanic. But the mystery of what actually sank the Britannic remains a subject of intense debate today. The official government report claimed she struck a German naval mine, but survivors swore they heard a secondary, much louder explosion deep inside the coal bunkers, suggesting a hidden structural flaw or a secret cargo of illegal ammunition that the British government wanted to keep hidden from the world. Today, the Britannic lies perfectly preserved at the bottom of the Aegean Sea, sitting on her side like a sleeping giant, guarding the dark secrets of the White Star Line. If the perfect, upgraded version of an unsinkable ship can sink 3 times faster than its failed predecessor, does it mean human engineering is always doomed to fail against the power of the ocean? Tell me what you think in the comments below.